Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Good afternoon. Today is the 20th of September and this is part 3 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the British Leyland or BL Autumn Rally here at the Milton Keynes Museum. We've covered quite a lot so far, but we've still got a few other things to do. I do apologise if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if I just generally make a hash of it, if there's wind noise. I'm afraid that's just the way that it goes on this channel. So we'll start off with this very nice MG Metro. This is a 1300, I think. 88, 89 registration. Got the red seat belts and little bits of red interior stitching and things like that. This though is even more appealing to someone like me. 1989 Metro 1.3 GS. I do like sort of luxury. This is I think the one that they made after the Van den Pla. They stopped using the Van den Pla name around 1988. This one just has sort of cloth interior. Still very nice though. I prefer the Van den Plas though because of that extra wood and the leather and things. Very late Rover 100 here. That's actually a steering wheel out of something like a immediately pre-facelift 45 or 25. The same steering wheel I've got in my 45 V6. Apart from that, I've got cruise control on there. But yeah, 97, 98, production for December 97, so a very late one. Contrast to this Metro here, this is 82, 83 on a Y. See a very kind of different interior and things like this. This will be an HLE then if it's got the E on it. Yes, not quite a mini Metro because the badge disappeared in 82, but yeah, so Metro 1.3 HLE. Ooh, another MG Metro. MG Metro with welded side panels in it. So what year is this? If that personal plate the same year as the car, it'll be 87, 88. Ooh, viewers. Yes, please, look at this. 1990 to 91. Metro 1.4 GS with a beige leather interior. Oh, yes, please. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you. Have a look at this. Wow, look at that steering wheel. Oh, and the wood. Oh, yes. Yes, if I was to have a Rover Metro, this is the one I would have. It smells fantastic as well. It does, and electric windows. It's brilliant. It looks very nice actually with these Rover 100 wheels on it as well. It looks beautiful. Thank you so much. That's fantastic, viewers. More Rover Metro goodness here. I think this will be a GTI with these seats in it. I think with a lightning fabric. Yeah, it's a 16 valve GTI. 91, 92. Rover 100 convertible here. I think they had one of these on up to Top Gear quite recently. So yeah, facelifted sort of dash and things, and still got manual windows, which is really interesting. Same wheels as on that Metro GS. This is a contrast though, because we've got the what I can see. This is like an absolute base 1.1C or something, but it's got the GTI seats in it with the red seat belts, which we like. Yeah, no glove box, 1.1C. And before you ask, where is Mr. Westby from Twin Cam's car? It's down there. We'll have a look at that in a moment. 1984 to 85, MG Metro 1300. You see the earlier ones are quite different. They've got different seats and things like that in them. Different wheels and things. I followed this car actually in Milton Keynes earlier on. It's a Rover 100 Knightsbridge. That's a wheel I think out of a facelift Rover 25. Again, quite a late one. 96, 97 on a P, so quite close to the end of production for these. 83, 84 Metro with later MG Metro wheels on. The reason why these wheels are on this car is pretty much because you can't get the steel wheels for these anymore because they're a metric size, so people choose to fit the alloy wheels or mini lights or something like that, which all do fit, and it actually makes the car look quite good. That wouldn't have been on that originally, actually. That sort of little spoiler, that's off an MG, I think. Another 91-92 Metro GTI with a catalyst. Yes, by this stage with a catalyst. Easy way to deal with the upcoming emissions regulations that came in 1st of January 1993. See Mr. Westwees here. Another Metro 1.1C, this time with the standard interior, but glove boxes in here. That wheel is off an earlier car, and the wheels are actually a different colour on his one. Epsom Motor Group was about a 5-minute walk from where I used to live in Epsom. It's now I think a builder's warehouse actually. 94, 95 Metro Rio, again with an earlier steering wheel, and it's quite a popular sort of modification for these. I think the owner of this is called Tom, as far as I remember. 82, 83 MG Metro. It's a very early one actually. The first ones came in, I think, early 82 on an X. Oh, Metro Casino Special Edition. I don't think I've ever seen one of these. Mini lights style wheels on this. Not very sort of far up the range though. We've still only got a 4-speed gearbox in that one. You used to watch the bill in the sort of early to mid 90s, as I did, when you'll recognise, you know, these straight away. They were just like this, Metropolitan Police livery. Again, a 1.1C, registered in 1992. Obviously, if you were doing, you know, beat patrol and things like that, you didn't need any luxury, and they didn't give you any. So there we go. Another MG Metro here, very late one, 89-90 on a G. 1300 graphic by then was up there. Very similar to the one my godfather had in the early 90s. He had a red one of these. 1985 Metro 1.3 Auto, only 11,000 miles from new. Fantastic. Someone's very kindly left a window open for me as well to take a look. There we go. So this will have the later dash in it, which came in late in 1984. This car's got the holes for the seat belts, but no seat belts, because evidently they weren't standard. You had to pay for the seat belts, and they weren't compulsory to have them until 87. So there we go. Another late A-series Metro here, again on a G. By this stage, no Austin badge, just Metro. I can't remember the spec of this. I'll just have a look and see. Yeah, it's a Clubman 1.3L. So like a special edition type one. Oh, it's an auto as well. More Rover 100 goodness here. 95-96 registration. This one's it's the top of the range. It's a 114 GSI. Dutch MG Metro here. I'm guessing this is about 85-86. Because later ones had some different wheels and different graphics. Now this 114 SLI, it's a late one, 97-98. This has had an interior put in it from a GSI. You can see it's still got the sort of paisley wind-up windows and things, but it's got an interior from a GSI, which is actually an option. It wasn't standard or anything. Mr. Ackman's Metro is here. Well, I don't know where he is. Last time I saw him, he wanted me to have a look inside, but he's not here, so I'm not going to just break into his car. That's a terrible idea. The Mini Metro badge, I think, is a later edition. I think it's an 84, this one. I forget exactly what they're going to decide, but he's got a rev counter in here, so it's not the most basic one at all. But it's looking good. There's quite a few Rover 100s. There's more Rover 100s I think I've here than I've ever seen before together. Even at Pride of Lombard I didn't see so many. Kensington SE, again a popular special edition. So these are both 95 cars. because these only came out early 95, so it would be in 95 only. 111i, so absolute base model. As you can see here, we've got no switches there at all. Ultimate to poverty spec. But at this stage, they didn't all have airbags. Some of them did, but they did have the sort of Rover R8 stalks on the steering column. Some nice bits of them around here. Metro City here. Let's try to trip over anything. Yeah, maybe it'll see here what it is. Yeah, it's 1984 Metro City. Yes, we've seen this before actually. We've seen this several times, I think. Another Rover 100 here. Can't remember this colour, but this is the same colour as on the MGF that Victoria Beckham used to have. 96, 97. Another MG Metro. 87, 88. Probably 87, I'd say, actually, more than 88. I can't remember if those wheels are the correct ones. I think possibly they're sort of off a slightly earlier car. Very, very early Mini Metro here. Mini Metro L on a doubly, so one of the first, 80 to 81. Can't believe the condition of that. That is, I mean, it's almost right at the bottom, but it's still beautiful. They've seriously run out of space actually on both the Allegro Owners Club stand and also on the Rover 200-400 Owners Club stand. So a couple of cars that I've not seen so far. Series 2 Allegro here, it's a 3000 Super. I think this is vermilion, this colour. And then a couple of R8s. This is a late R8 Cabrio with the later dash. It's similar to the one that Mr. Richardson Viewers Driving had. Portsmouth plate, so it's the registration area from where I grew up. It's a very big area though. It goes all the way over to places like Winchester. Yeah, this, I don't know if it's a 216, probably a 216, most of them were. So yeah, 98, 99 plate on that one. Sort of turquoisey colour. And then this one, 30th anniversary of the R8, which was in 2019. These 3 doors, as opposed to the coupe, are quite rare actually now. And it's a 220 GSI as well. It's a very nice, it's very nice condition and a good specification as well. Yes, 94, 95, so quite a late one. 1971 to 72 over 3,500. Minivan on a G, so 68, 69. It's a Morris badged one. The Mark III Mini, which came in 1969, eliminated things like the sort of separate marks for them built. Although this design with the sort of house style door handles and the sliding windows and the exposed hinges and the pressed metal grille, this actually continued in production until 1982 with the vans and the pickups. So another Ital here, 1982 Ital 1.3 HL. My gosh, this is absolute sort of concourse. As I've said before, I really do want to try an Ital. I don't know what it is about them, but I just kind of like the look of them. I'm not sure why. Look at that interior, it's really nice. Really, really nice. So yeah, different rear end and different door handles and things. Triumph Acclaim here, first of the 2 Acclaims that are actually here. This one I have seen before, which is CD, because it's got electric windows. Coventry plate, so might have actually been registered by British Leyland themselves or Austin Rover, as they were later, 82 to 83. And it's a Triomatic, which is sort of a Honda-matic style gearbox. Excellent. Bond Equipe here, quite an early one. Very similar to a Triumph Herald. As you can see, this is like the same door and things. And I think the whole kind of separate chassis thing was off a Herald, and it's got sort of glass fibre bits on it. don't think I've ever seen one of these before actually. But Tactica says April 64, so probably a 63. Ooh, very nice. Fishmouth Grill MGB GT. This one 71 to 72 registration. MGF, probably quite an early one actually, for one of these. Yeah, it's a P, so 96, 97, so probably just a 1.8i, I think we used to call them. Definitely a pre-facelift one. Again, no Hertfordshire plate on that, you are. SD1 here, 84, 85 registration. And it's SD Turbo. Viewers, we're going to have to walk away from that. I'm afraid we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Because, well, the Mayor of London, he makes things difficult for people who have those sort of cars. It's a Mini D18, so someone's put a Honda D series engine in there? It's crazy. So it's not the same as the A series whatsoever. And hello to Mini Restoration on Instagram. I've spent a lot of time with Minis this month. That one's, I think, about 87, that one. Rover 100 here, so it'd be about 1960. Yeah, a 1960, excellent. P4, I've driven one of these actually on my channel, again, belonging to Alex from Alex's Assets channel. It also had this red interior. It would have been at Roverfest as well, along with like tons and tons of these. They were almost the most popular car at Roverfest this year. Quite a late Morris Oxford. This is a Series 6. 68, 69 registration. Which is an automatic. Interesting. Yeah, it must be on the column, the gear lever or something. It's not down on the floor. Yeah, there is a tiny little gear lever on the column there. Another MGF here. This is a slightly later one. On an Arso 97, 98. Oh, we can talk about this 75 years. Oh, it's a 1.8 club with an automatic gearbox and a 1.8 turbo. So this will be, if this is a 1.8 turbo, then this will be a very early one, because these came in 2003, so very early one. Mini Clubman Estate here, I don't know what year that is. It's been modified like most minis seem to be these days. Oh, the Princess. I think this is a 1700, no, just 1800, sorry. It's earlier than the Princess 2s. It's absolute, utter base model. Total poverty spec, but amazing. Amazing in every way. Yeah, I saw that at Pride of Longbridge actually, that particular car. 75, 76 registration. Earlier is this Wolseley Saloon. That's what they were called, the Wolseley Saloon, 1975. Made for just 6 months. These are very, very, very rare cars, viewers. Very, very rare. They decided after the Rider Report that they need to get rid of the separate brands that the 1822 series had been launched under. And so this particular car was replaced by the 2200 HLS. In fact, here is a 2200 Princess. This is the HL rather than the HLS, but otherwise it's quite similar. Not an Austin Princess, not a Leyland Princess, just a Princess. Oh, and this is for sale as well. Mr. Bill from Fuel Power would say this could be yours. It's only 5995. Yeah, so 77, 78 registration. Mini 30. I never realised these were so common. I see these everywhere at the moment. Made in 1989 on a G, celebrate the 30th anniversary of the classic Mini. Nice Riley here, Riley 1.5, 1964. I think this is the Mark III. This is the sort of later version. I think production finished of these in 1965, so quite a late one. You're unlikely to see another one of these. More Riley action here. Riley Elf, 1965. Before they went to the sort of posher doors with wind-up windows and different locks. Sorry to Wolseley Hornet. I apologise at the beginning of the video, didn't I, viewers? Because I knew things were going to happen that were wrong, and they have. Because that's just the way it goes on this channel, I'm afraid. Got my head in Riley mode. 1995, 1996. Mini Cooper here. Oh, sorry, that's a Sprite. It's a Sprite with a Cooper interior, and it'd been 95 because this is a Mark 6 rather than a 7. The 7's got a different dash in it. 1975-76 Triumph 2500. I think this will be the one without the fuel injection because that went a bit wrong. Automatic. Ooh, first of 2 Dolomites that are here. This is just before they had a little tiny facelift in 1976. So 75-76. This will be the 1850 version, later known as the 1850 HL. Another 2500 here. This is the 2.5 PI version though. It's really weird. They were badged as 2500, but they are 2.5 PIs. So 72-73. So state version of this with Recaro seats and other refinements. Ooh, someone's put a V8 in it. Excellent. Very nice. That's probably out of the Stag or something. Austin, Westminster. Let's just see what age this is. This will be either the A99 or could even be an A110. It depends on the year, actually. The A110s came in about 61, so I don't know what year that is, I'm afraid. As I said earlier on, the minivans continued with this sort of earlier design right way through to 82. This is actually a 75-76. Austin Westminster Overdrive. 72-73, if that's not a personal plate, Rover 3500 P6, showing very effectively that the suspension is just completely bonkers and kind of goes like this way as opposed to just up. Another one here, a later one, because it's sand glow, this colour. 74-75, Rover P6 3500. Now this 75 fortunately has a 1.8 turbo, and it's been talked about it, which is good because I like the 1.8 turbo 75s. There we go. 2003 to full registration. Extremely late Morris 600 weight or 800 weight van, or O-type. They weren't actually badged as a minor, although obviously it is a minor, isn't it? Having driven a minor this month, I can tell you that the experience is interesting. Oh, I almost fell over there. That was interesting. This has had a different engine put in it though. I wonder if it's had a Marina gearbox put in as well. It hasn't had Marina brakes put in it, which is another thing you can do to these. That is an earlier steering wheel, but it's a pre-October 64 steering wheel. The Acclaim that I filmed back in August at Rover Fest is here. We did this Sensible Second-Hand Classics. Matthew, who's the owner, is around somewhere. It's in very, very, very nice condition. And oh look, we have a little sticker in there too. Thank you, sir. 1981 to 82 Triumph Tr7. Just the normal 2 litre rather than the V8 version, but sometimes badged a TR8 or TR7 V8. It depends actually on certain things, but we'll go into it now. 2 MGBs here. That's had, I think, an earlier grille put in it, 72-73, and that's an earlier one, 71-72, and that's actually got the correct grille in it. This is, I think, an earlier grille that's been put in this one. Surprised there aren't more here. And normally at a classic car show in this country there are tons of MGPs, but there aren't actually many about here today. Very nice condition, that one, very nice. Oh, very early facelifted Triumph 2000. Known as the Innsbruck facelift with overdrive, this one. 70, about 1970. Could actually be a 69 because it came out of 69, so it could be a 69, but more likely to be a 70. Another TR7 here, the convertible, which came out, I think 79. The convertible came out, and this is a sort of 8081 registration. Later interior. Rover 95, so a very late P4. So I think maybe it's between 1962 and 1964. I love this sort of light dark green colour, and then the sort of light green interior. Mini Clubman here. It looks a little bit like a 1275 GT, but it's not. Actually, it's just a Clubman. Someone's put a Mini 1000 decals on this, which is quite nice actually. And it's got the optional rear wiper. That was a genuine option that you could get from a dealer. You had to actually order it separately, but you could get a rear wiper on a Mini. It was a rare option, but you could get one as a dealer fit accessory. So 71 to 72 registration. And the final car we'll have a look at in this section is this 1970 Dolomite. Again, I really like these, and I used to own a 1500 SE, which was from 1980, and I'm going to have a go in this later on because the owner said I can, which is very nice. Just got a couple of other cars to finish off with, and then that'll be it. So I was looking for Errol and I found him, and he's let me have a look inside the car. So this is a 1 litre base Metro, so it's a 998cc one. But the rev counter is there, but it doesn't work. It was fitted later. That gear lever is actually off a Mini. That radio is a very nice aftermarket one, which actually has Bluetooth in it, which is good. Now the engine in this, and notice again he's had these standard steels taken off because you just can't find tyres for them. Though these Mini Light style wheels, which a lot of people do fit to A-Series Metros now, look good on the car, and you can get the tyres for them, which is fantastic. So it looks like a 1.3, but that's just because it's been sprayed to look like one. It is actually just a 1 litre. It's very, very, very good on fuel. Yes. So this MGA has just turned up. Very nice MGA 1600 in dark green and a beige leather interior. I think those dials are off an MGB, from what I understand, but that's a pretty stylish looking car. Right viewers, we are back at the car now. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching part 3 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle, but it was shambolic this time, around the 2022 BL Autumn Rally. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this and leave a comment below. Let's take that leaf off my boot. And we'll see you again soon for more slightly incorrect show visits.